Guys, there are some things in this world that you can't capture on camera, can't find in any science textbook, and can't explain away with logic. But the people who saw them with their own eyes, their lives were never the same again. Today, we're talking about 6 creatures that aren't just folklore. There are eyewitnesses, there are police reports, there are newspaper headlines, and yet science has absolutely no answer. So turn off the lights, put in your headphones, and let's get into it. Number 1. Beast of Gévaudan, Southern France, 1764 to 1767. This story starts in 18th century France. In a rural region called Gévaudan in the south of the country, something arrived that would terrorize an entire nation for 3 straight years. It was June of 1764. A young girl was tending livestock near the edge of the forest when something burst out of the tree line. It was so large, so fast, that within seconds she was on the ground. That was the first documented attack of the Beast of Gévaudan. Over the next 3 years, this creature attacked over 100 people. At least 60 of them died. Most of the victims were women and children. Eyewitnesses described something that looked like a wolf, but nothing like any wolf they had ever seen. It was massive, broad-chested. Its tail was long and curled at the end. Its teeth were so large that witnesses said a single bite could take off a human head. And multiple people reported that its eyes glowed at night like 2 burning red coals in the darkness. France's King Louis XV sent professional hunters. Thousands of soldiers were deployed into those forests, but the beast did not stop. At one point, a hunter killed a large wolf, and the entire country celebrated. The attacks slowed for a few weeks. Then they started again. The beast was still out there. Finally, in 1767, a local hunter named Jean Chastel killed a large creature, and the attacks stopped for good. But here's the thing. The body was never properly preserved or scientifically examined. Today, historians and scientists debate what it actually was. Some say it was a hyena that escaped from a private menagerie. Some say it was a wolf-dog hybrid trained to kill. But none of those theories fully hold up, because no natural animal evades trained royal hunters for 3 years straight. Whatever it was something this world wasn't ready to understand. Number 2. Dover Demon, Dover, Massachusetts, April 1977, April 1977. A small, quiet town called Dover in Massachusetts. It was around 10 o'clock at night when a 17-year-old named Bill Bartlett was driving down Farm Street with his friends. His headlights swept across a stone wall on the side of the road, and something was sitting on it. Bill later described what he saw in detail. It was a thin, frail-looking creature, maybe 3 to 4 feet tall. Its fingers and toes were unusually long, and it was gripping the stone wall with them. Its head was massive and perfectly round, almost like a watermelon balanced on a tiny body. And its face, there was no nose, no mouth, no ears, just 2 enormous glowing orange eyes staring directly at him. No hair, no clothing, no markings. Its skin looked like wet sand. In the next 2 days, 2 more teenagers reported seeing the exact same creature in different parts of Dover. A boy named John Baxter said he followed it on foot until it stopped near a tree and turned to look at him. A girl named Abby Brabham saw it from a moving car and said its eyes were green. 3 different witnesses, 3 different locations, 1 identical description. Nobody could explain it. Cryptozoologists named it the Dover Demon. Some people said alien, some said unknown juvenile species, some said mass hallucination. But 3 teenagers in a small town in 1977 had no internet, no way to coordinate their stories, no reason to make it up. The Dover Demon was never seen again after those 3 nights, and to this day, nobody knows what was walking the roads of Dover, Massachusetts that April. Number 3, Mothman, Point Pleasant, West Virginia, 1966 to 1967. If you've never heard of Point Pleasant, West Virginia, you're about to understand why people who live there never forget it. November 1966. 2 young couples were driving near an old abandoned TNT plant outside of town, and then their headlights caught something standing near the road. It was enormous, roughly the size of a man, but with massive wings folded against its back, and its eyes, bright red, glowing red, like lit-up taillights on a car. The thing lifted into the air and followed their car at 100 miles per hour, without even flapping its wings hard. That was just the beginning. Over the next 13 months, more than 100 people in and around Point Pleasant reported seeing this creature. Every single description was the same. 7 feet tall, enormous wingspan, and those red eyes that witnesses said seemed to look straight through you. Several people reported that after seeing it, they began having vivid nightmares. Others said their phones started receiving strange calls, just static and garbled sounds on the other end. And then December 15th, 1967 happened. The Silver Bridge, which crossed the Ohio River right through Point Pleasant, collapsed during rush hour traffic. 46 people died. It was one of the deadliest bridge disasters in American history, and that night, the Mothman sightings stopped. Permanently, people started connecting the dots. Was the Mothman a warning? Researchers later pointed out that witnesses in Chernobyl reported a similar winged figure before the nuclear disaster in 1986. Others claim a Mothman-like creature was spotted in New York in the weeks before September 11th. Science calls all of this pattern-seeking and mass hysteria, but the people of Point Pleasant, the ones who looked into those red eyes, they don't call it anything close to hysteria. Number 4, the Enfield Horror, Enfield, Illinois, and April 1973. Enfield, Illinois, April 1973. A man named Henry McDaniel was at home one night when he heard something scratching at his front door. He opened it and stumbled backward screaming. Standing on his porch was something that had no business existing. It had 3 legs, not 2, not 4, 3. 2 small arms at the front of its body, a small compact torso, and 3 legs it was balancing on. Its eyes were pink and glowing. It stood roughly 4 to 5 feet tall. Henry ran inside, grabbed his gun, and fired at it. The creature let out a hissing sound, leaped an enormous distance in a single bound, and vanished into the dark. Henry called the police. They came, they searched, they found nothing. But within the next week, multiple other people in Enfield reported seeing the same thing. A group of teenagers spotted it near an abandoned house on the edge of town. A local radio reporter named Rick Rainbow actually encountered it himself and managed to record its sound. Something between an animal shriek and a human cry layered on top of each other. State police conducted a full investigation. Wildlife experts were brought in. No conclusion was ever reached. Some people suggested it could have been a kangaroo that escaped from a private collection. But kangaroos don't have 3 legs, and kangaroos don't make sounds like that. The Enfield Horror remains one of Illinois' most completely unexplained encounters. And the one detail that nobody can rationalize away is that 3rd leg. Undiscovered species, government cover-ups, something else entirely. Drop your answer in the comments right now. I read every single one. If this video kept you up, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell. Because next time, we're going somewhere even darker. Stay curious, stay skeptical, and whatever you do, don't go near that river at night.